victorious in 11 years is because he never fought anybody who had a pair of bollocks to fight back. He always fought men who didn't want to win, he was turning up for the money. But when Team Fury bowled through the doors in Germany, he knew that he couldn't get away with his cheating antics. He's cheating with his ring, the gloves, so many bullshit things that he had to do to try and win. But as soon as that went down, he knew he couldn't win. Because when it's fair and square, he can't win. Simple. And the outcome of this fight is going to be different. I'm going to knock him outside a round. So there we are. Just to show how shit he really is. And I know no 40-year-old born from his mother can beat Tyson Fury. 27. Boom. Enough said.
Questions from the floor shortly, but before then, Vladimir, you've made some of your thoughts very clearly known there, but just talking actually about the fight, you talk about mistakes and how you can maybe improve this time, and defeat is going to make you a better fighter. What do you do this time that you didn't do last time?
I will knock Tyson Fury out.
How does that happen? I mean, you barely threw a right hand for what, 9 rounds? What happens differently this time?
Listen, I will not lose my words here. I will knock Tyson Fury out. Period.
Right, a chance for everybody out there to ask your questions. We have got microphones which are coming out, so please make your presence known. The guys are here, and we'll one up on the left there, Richard. Press and media only, please. Press and media only. The guys are here, and as you've heard, they're prepared to answer in a fairly forthright manner. Can you identify yourself when you make your question and take it from there?
Yeah, hi, I'm Helen from Irish Radio. Vladimir, I'd like to put it to you. You won consecutive matches for the last 10 or so years. Tyson went to your home turf. My question is, I'm wondering, you had extra foam in the ring. You had your hands wrapped prior to Team Fury coming in to have a look. Did you, and none of the media focused on this, and I think if Tyson Fury had done that in Manchester when you came over, if he had cheated with the ring, the press, the BBC, the Guardian, whoever they are, they would have had it on the front pages of the newspapers. But because it's you, Vladimir, and it's similar to, I think, Floyd Mayweather in America, who gets away with a lot of stuff. My question is, would you have won, previous to Tyson, the real heavyweight champion of the world, for those who love boxing and love honesty in sport like I do? Would you have won in the last 10 years if you hadn't extra sponge in the ring, if you hadn't been challenged, if your hand wraps hadn't been challenged, and all the other petty little things? That, for a man who's boxing, shouldn't have been afraid to box without cheating. So my question is, did you win a lot of fights with those cheats that have been going on until Tyson confronted and exposed everything? And I'd like the media as well, those who are writing honestly about sports, focus on that side of it.
Interesting.
Fair play to you. That's the best question I've ever heard. Fair play Irish Radio. Takes an Irish person to be truthful, doesn't it? Ask the right questions. Good on you.
Your question is nonsense. I will not give you any comments that I cannot wrap my hands, and the corner cannot check it out, and all the officials regarding the ring mat as well. So that tree is gonna fall down hard because he's tall, and all the safeties are out there for the fighters to protect their hands and heads and the rest. So I'm not giving any comments on the nonsense question. Thank you.
What the lady said is true.
Could we have, if you wish to ask a further question, could you raise your hand, please?
Yeah, we got one in.
Okay, up at the back here, Richard.
We can't hear you, Gareth Russell Crowe. Mic on, you idiot.
Gareth Davis of the David Telegraph.
No.
It's a question for Tyson. It's a double-edged question in a way.
You don't need to hold the mic because it's not working.
Were you surprised how long it took to get the rematch on? And given you're a student of the game, do you believe, having watched Vladimir for all these years, that he is capable of changing his style of fighting and he can bring it to you on the night?
Well, as I'm a historian on heavyweight boxing, I'll give you a historian answer. Russell Crowe. Right? Did Larry Holmes change his style at 36 or 37 when he lost his titles to Michael Spinks the first time? He didn't change his style because he couldn't. He was only ever going to do the same thing. So if the great Larry Holmes can't do it, how can the great Klitschko do it? Impossible. He can't teach old dogs new tricks. Simple.
And do you think that... oh, hello.
How are you there now? Happy days.
And do you think if he does come out and try and fight you in a different way, that it will play into your hands?
Most definitely, because Vladimir's not a fighter. As I said before, in all the build-up, no matter what I said came true. And I'll tell you it all once again, he's a manufactured, built-up boxer. So when you've got a manufactured boxer, he ain't a natural fighting man like me, yeah? He can't change his style, so if he wants to come and have a dogfight in the middle of the ring, well, he's asking the right man, isn't he, to do that? So I highly doubt, though. But he could come and give it his last hurrah, like I'll have a few swings and I'll take one and go over. So don't be surprised if that does happen. If he does come out swinging to give it his last go for a few rounds, then I'll just chin him, won't I? Simple.
Vladimir, could you respond to that as well, please?
Is it Nostradamus sitting here on the right side of me, speaking that he knows life and boxing and all of this?
Sort of, yeah. Sort of. Because my grandmother was a gypsy and she read fortunes, and I can read you like a book because you're
just
a colleague.
Listen what
That's
I'm
why, right? I told you the first time you was going to pull out, the next day and you did. Then I told you I was going to outbox you, make you look daft in Germany, and I did. So I must be a Nostradamus, mustn't I? You couldn't knock a wank out, mate, never mind me. How are you going to knock me out? You've got to hit me to knock me out, haven't you? Have you not watched the fight backwards? You hit me about 3 times in 12 rounds. You can't land any punches. So if you overextend yourself or try, I'll knock you out. So, be my guest. Any more questions for Vladimir?
Hi, I've got a question for Tyson. It's Ben Myers from the New Statesman.
Well, thank you, Ben.
You told some of us earlier that you were planning on emigrating to America.
Yes, that's right.
And that this was going to be your last fight in Britain. Can you
right.
confirm that? And also whether it's important to you that if it is your last fight in Britain, that it's here in Manchester. Okay.
Uh-oh, someone's in trouble.
I wasn't told it was embargoed.
Go on, Russell Crowe, hit him.
Anybody else, please? Yes, we've got another one down here.
Michael Gaffney, TalkSport. Question for Vladimir. Do you feel you owe it to the integrity of the boxing game, the boxing sport, that you put Tyson, given what you've said about his views, back into his place and take the belts off him?
Could you repeat that again?
I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
Do you feel you owe it to the integrity of the sport of boxing that you beat Tyson, given the views that he's expressed that you've talked about previously?
Am I upset about it? I mean, I think I did say it. I said what I said, and you know what? It's definitely something that affects sweet science and boxing has a certain image. And I would like to see boxing as sweet sign with a good image that everybody can follow, get into the ring, get their emotions in the gloves and the fists, and just be an athlete and be respectful.
Another question, please.
Vladimir, got a question for you. Sorry. What makes you believe, after losing Germany in front of, you could argue it's like a second home to you, where everybody's loved you, that you can beat Tyson in Britain on pretty much his own patch, where most of the fans are going to be his?
Well, I'm expecting when I'm going to walk in this arena that most of the fans are going to be for Tyson Fury, and this is his hometown. This is his home, his arena, so to say. I'm actually very happy that this fight, this revenge, is going to be staged here and not in Germany, Ukraine, or the US. I love the matter of fact, and this is matter of fact that all the fans are going to be on his side. I know I have hardcore Klitschko fans, which are also going to be here. But you know what? The majority is obviously at this place going to be rooting for Fury. I will have definitely more motivation than I ever had, especially to fight at the home base of my opponent.
Tyson, I've got one for you as well now. If you was able to land even more combos than what you did in Germany, do you reckon you'd get that knockout in this fight?
Well, I can answer that. Educated or uneducated? Which answer do you want to know?
Give us both.
Uneducated, don't really care. Educated, still don't care. No, listen, Vlad didn't take any chances in Germany. So if a man don't come to fight and land his own punches, how can I counter him and knock him out?